Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. This is episode 9 of the franchise mode. Today, it is a big day. It is the draft, and if we look, we can go down to our draft board, I'm pretty sure. Yep. We don't have any watch list, but we do have projected picks. At the current moment, we have 3 first round picks. We have the 9th overall pick, the 25th, and the 23rd overall pick. Now, we have so many prospects. If we look at our forward depth chart, if you look at our forward prospects and top prospects, strength, depth forward, strength as well. Apparently we're really good depth. Our top 6 and top 9 are our weaknesses. If you look at our defense, neutral, depth, defenses, and strength, we're weak on the top 4. I agree. I say that we only have 2 top 4 defensemen, and then these 2 are just floating in the top 4 for some reason. Goaltending, top prospects, neutral. I'd say we have a really good goalie prospect. Another decent goalie prospect. Prospects are our strength. Starting goalie's neutral. If Levi grows, he's only 23? Oh, he's 25. Okay, so he might not grow. And then Drager, backup goalie neutral. We could get a little bit of a better backup goaltender, but our depth is really good for goalies. These might be our AHL guys next season. If Beckman stays 73, Ivan Kovic goes up, or either way around, we could keep Matt Murray or even get a guy a lower value who will, or not lower, lower overall, who can split time a little more so that they can get more time. Our forward prospects are fine. So if I go to our projected list right now, and I'm sorry I'm hopping in like immediately, we have our 3rd, a 4th, a 6th, or 7th. Forget what we spent our 2nd on this season. Oh, it was, I think, Stankoven, which worth it. Almost 50 assists, almost 70 points. We don't really need these 2 picks. We don't really need this pick. Why? Well, I mean, okay, we can use the 9th overall pick. If we go to view draft class, there's probably a defensive prospect. Oh my god, I didn't even know that. There is another. We don't even have to trade up to 1. Ooh, man. We got Lewis, who would be... Yeah, there's no defensive prospects. Now, the reason I'm talking about this, like, hopping right in, my decision is it might be worth it to go get DuPont. Now, I did look. San Jose had the 2nd overall pick. Or the 1st overall pick, sorry. I forgot who had the 2nd overall pick. I forget if San Jose just jumped up into first alone and then knocked everyone down. I did not mean to go to coaching staff, but to go to Stats Central. If that's the case, we can look and see maybe if it's a team that like doesn't need the 2nd overall pick, they just had a really bad year. Maybe they won the 2nd overall pick. So it's either Ottawa or Buffalo. Or Anaheim. Like, it could be any of these teams, but I think Ottawa or Buffalo. Ooh, it might have been Detroit. We could hop into the draft and see. And with DuPont being... but San Jose might take him. That's the only problem. If we trade up to 2, San Jose takes DuPont at 1, then we're screwed. Because unless we could trade the 2nd overall pick plus more assets... There goes my dog out of the room. I think my mom came home, so she's happy. I don't know. This is a very tough decision. We're going to sim to draft. We're going to see. We got to see who retired. We're going to view retired players here. Blake Wheeler, Brett Burns, JVR, Foligno, Hoffman, McDonough, Brody, Tyler Johnson finished on Vancouver and Abbotsford. Lars Eller. By the way, the Abbotsford Canucks are in the 2nd round. I might end up going to one of their games. I went to the 1st round, game 3. That was awesome. Well, I got to watch them win the series. 5-0. Shulov shutout. That. Carey Price finally retires. How many games did he play in, like, the A? Oh, no, okay. They hadn't played him. Okay. Because I think I did a franchise mode and they ended up playing him. Or, they ended up wanting me to play him. I'm like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Do we have any retirements? We have 1 coach retirement. And then it would be Burnaby. Nothing. Okay, so we have 1 coach. We have to find a new coach. We're not going to do interviews. Okay, because I think we're well scouted on DuPont and the American player. But we don't really need to worry about that. Let's hop in. Okay, there's a huge decision. and I want to make it immediately. Please load quickly. Ottawa has the second overall pick. Okay, Ottawa's not willing to give up the pick either, which does scare me a little. San Jose does not want to give up the pick. Let's do all three. Will they do this? No. Will they take... We could give up one of our prospects. I feel like that would be fine. Cameron Schmidt is the one who's the lowest right now. But there's actually someone who I feel like we could give up one of the guys who's more up there, like Danois. Not Danois. Danois is fine. Sean Agentson's fine. Greentree, Cristal. I'm thinking more Height, Danielson. Danielson had an injury-filled year. Height probably had the worst year in terms of point-per-game average. You know what I'm willing to do? Danielson and a third-round pick for next year. Oh, call me crazy. Okay, we like Cameron Schmidt. Okay, so 3 first-round picks, Cameron Schmidt. Oh, and Nate Danielson. I actually messed that up. I almost gave up 2 prospects. That would have been horrible. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting this pick. So we got to pray. Because we might be able to get Ottawa's pick, but we have to sim the pick in order to... They took Eager. Okay. We might be able to get this pick. We might not be able to. We might be able to. I don't know. Oh, I want to push for it. I want this top defenseman. And I feel like we have enough assets to where if we get rid of some, it's fine. Ouch, just the first round picks. Okay. How about one more player here? Danielson. Come on, come on. I'm totally fine with giving that up. Okay, so we use our deadline as acquired from like the first round picks we acquired at the deadline, plus our 9th overall pick, and then a player that we could make the team next year, but I'm fine with giving up because it's for Landon DuPont. Oh, he's not ready. He's not NHL ready. But he's... doesn't have any X factors out the gate. If I go to the other guy, he doesn't either. Perfect. But he's a right-handed defenseman. Franchise. We just got our player of the future. Misa was our player. Belch was our player. This is now our player of the future. I'm so happy. I hope he has a jump in the offseason to maybe start in the NHL. I don't think so. I'm fine with sending him back to junior for 1 more year. But oh my god, that was huge. I wanted to be bold. That's why I made the decision to be bold. So, I actually wrote down a chart. I'll put it up right now. I'll take a picture of it. Actually, I'll take the picture as I'm recording. But I'll put it up right now. Basically, it shows all our players that we have that are, like, in the lineup. Holes we have in the lineup. And which players are ready to come up. Now, Danielson was 2nd in centers for ready to come up. We can now remove him from the list. And it's now just Height, Desnoyers, Grandry, Cristal, and Belch, Beaulieu, and Luneau on defense that are ready to come up. And now we have DuPont slotting on that right side. So we have Huang, Verhove, Luneau, Spence, and DuPont. We have a very good future. Because Spence now is up to medium elite. If he can have a good offseason, that's all he needs to have. I don't even know if he can do that, but if he can, that'd be amazing. Oh, this is such a... And then all the players that are on our roster with X's, still up right now, those are expiring contracts. All the ones with M are like ready to move up. If they have a off-season where they grow, they can move up. So we have some decisions to make, but that was the first big one. We have enough prospects of Cristal, Belch, Desnoyers, Height, Greentree, Luneau, Beaulieu, but we also have Schmidt, Aitchison, Verhove, Huang, Bilecki could even be counted as one, Katzen, and Hedrick, who, how am I saying Verhove? Verhove. Verhef. It's something like that. And medium elite Filatov there goes 3rd overall. This draft class is stacked, and we were able to pick something up. So 9. We have to watch Ottawa's 9. Ottawa's 23 and Ottawa's 26. 26. Because those are the picks we gave up. Oh, did not mean to press that. Those are the picks that we gave up. So those could still end up being like a really good selection of players. And yeah, as much as I would like to have that depth, we have 3 top 4 defense prospects. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still top 6 forward options, like medium top 6, 1 medium elite, and now we have a medium franchise defenseman. So that trade, splitting out those taking those assets, combining them, and putting them in and having them become 1 elite franchise defenseman who will be the centerpiece of our franchise for years is perfect. Now, in terms of this year, so I had a 4-year. I wanted to come out, kind of be close by the 4th year. This is going into our 4th season, I think. This is our 3rd draft. We need to really push. This is like our 3rd big draft. I feel like we really need to start pushing for the playoffs whilst DuPont is there, because then when DuPont joins the lineup, it will be huge for our team. So my thing is right now, a left defenseman on a 1-year deal who's very good, who is Canadian. We got to pray that happens, either a trade or something. And then pick up someone who could, I don't know, pick up someone who could play on the 3rd line. We might have someone move up and play on the 3rd line. I don't know. We're still a very young team. I don't know. I feel like we could push for the playoffs this year, but we really need to make something happen. Okay, I'll see you guys at the next pick. I have been yapping for 12 minutes. I've made the big move that I wanted to do. We're going to try to fly through this draft. So I'll see you at our pick, where I'll call a timeout, and we'll look at Ottawa's picks and see what we gave up. So I'll see you then. Okay, so we're here with Ottawa's picks. I'll be right back. It was like 30 seconds. But they got a top 9, which is good. They got a 66 top 6, so that's okay. Now, I have seen what they did with this pick. Was that a medium elite back here? Wow, what a steal for Winnipeg. Like they need more. Ready? This 66 medium elite right here, Ottawa could have picked them, but they decided not to. Same with Calgary. Same with, whoa. Okay, so he's probably a steal. So they got 2 top 6 66 and a top 9. That is perfect. I feel like we fleeced them, but I don't care. They said yes, and we have this guy here, Grady Pichet. So let's see. He had 14 points as a defenseman. Pick up another defensive prospect. His overall doesn't look good. He's a 4-year ETA. Half scouted, medium elite. He's really the only Canadian around our pick. So he's the only smart pick to make here in the 3rd round, and he is a top 6. That is fine. At the moment right now, we are very stacked on prospects that we need to start building up a little bit of a system to where they'll take a little bit here and just kind of play it here. I'll just take the scratcher guy even if he's, top 9, 51 overall grinder. Fun. A 6th, now we're around 6th pick. Flying through the draft here. I'm just gonna do, that's not what I want to do. I go past it. This, we got this goaltender Morris. Medium backup, that's fine. I want to just take, with the last 2 picks in the draft, take swings. See if we can find something that we can get, maybe like a guaranteed AHL top 6. I feel like that's the best we're going to get here. A guaranteed AHL top 6 forward. We'll send the entire draft. So, now, the rest of our draft does not look good. I mean, Pichette and Scratcher, they're like fine. They could end up being like bottom of our lineup guys, but if anything, they're probably going to be released. That number 2 overall pick is just what I wanted out of the draft. I really wanted to make a splash. That's the splash we need. And yeah, DuPont immediately jumps up to like Hwang level of ready. for the league, which I consider not ready, but he can grow. He's medium franchise. He might even jump to 80 in the offseason. I've seen players have bigger jumps. Let's hop into this contract thing. I will remember to do the scouts and the coaches, but let's hop and see what we need to do in terms of like our big guys. Like Brazeau's the one who needs an extension. He's up to an 87. He's playing really good. Richie's gonna need an extension. I feel like giving him that this offseason would be the smart thing to do, giving him like an 8x8. Let him grow into it, because he might end up, I don't know, he might not end up being that kind of level. Misa still has one more year. He's going to get paid. It might just be better to wait until. But in terms of UFAs, it's really Dumba, Cizikas, Kubel, Amadio, Blaze, like our depth guys. And you saw it on the sheet. It is like our depth guys that really need it. So I'm going to take a look. I'll be back and I'll take a look, like kind of try to sort this out, see what I want to do, because we have a gap in our lineup on offense. We have not really a gap. I kind of have our NHL defenseman lineup set. We could pick up one more, which is a big thing I want to do, is try to pick up a Canadian left defenseman who's a UFA. Just pay him a bunch of money for one season. That's it. We have $43 million in cap, and we're not going to be spending a lot of it. The one big thing here is locking up Devin Levi to a contract, to where we could also bring up Ivan Kovic and Beckman in a few years and still have that contract be movable. So I'll try to avoid clauses as much as I can. Drieger, Murray are going to be let go, and then we'll look at AHL starters at the start of the year. Drieger, we're going to look at a backup goalie who's maybe a little better. It would be funny if Joel Hofer's available and he's like gotten a little bit better. But other than that, free agency, it's going to be very quick once we get to free agency, because we don't really have any big contracts. We have Stankoven locked up. Like, we have everyone locked up. Newhook's locked up for 4 years under this 88 overall. If he stays like that, that's crazy, but he could drop like Hayton did. Hayton's locked up for 2 years at 8. Brazeau, McLeod's locked up for 2 more years. He's up to an 86. Like, we are very good in our contract situations at the moment, but it's going to start unraveling once those younger players are our top players. So yeah, I'll see you guys when I have everything figured out. Okay, so we have kind of figured it out. There is a couple guys that aren't on our roster sheet anymore. So Cizikas got himself a contract. We ended up getting rid of Curtis Lazar, who I didn't have on the sheet, so that is fine. Gonzalez qualified. I don't think I'm going to pursue a contract. We're going to give Hedrick a contract real quick, because I just want to get his entry level done. It won't take off, because he probably won't play in the A. And that's about it. Like, these rest are like depth guys. Scratcher can get a contract later. Our other top guys are locked up. So Cizikas is going to come back, try to play on the 4th line. So hopefully that X can move off of Cizikas. This Blay, Tanev, Delorier all got contracts. Amadio got let go. He wasn't the right wing side, no. Amadio was the right wing side. I apologize. Yeah. So then Belch got his contract. Cristal, it could be the guy to move up. Tanev, like Blay. Like, if Tanev drops, AHL. If he gets lower, he's going to be in the AHL anyway. It's not going to hurt us. Di Giuseppe, we're going to let go. He is too low right now, and I want to save some spots. This side, this is where we see some contracts. Greer gets a contract. Oh, no, Greer already had a contract. Abe Kubel signed his contract, so we can get rid of that. Amadio, I decided to let go. So that gives Blay a chance to move up, or one of our guys like Green Tree to move up into the 4th line to get some NHL time. Don't know if I want to do that, but it gives us like Blay. We have options. Schmidt I think Schmidt had his contract already. That's about it. So like, just locked up everybody. The only two people we're waiting on are Morgan Barron and Cizikas. Barron will be 3rd line, and Cizikas will be 4th line. Defensively, Luneau and Thompson I've qualified. I'm going to look at just trying to sign them in the off season. I'll just match and offer sheet because we have the cap space too. Woo, I offer sheeted Mete. I was gonna do this. Mete will release, and Samurikov will release. Dupont, I'm unsure about giving a contract to until the start of the season, so I'll wait. And the rest of it is just giving a bunch of AHL players who are unsigned contracts, and just gonna leave these guys for now, and I'll just let these guys run their UFA status and release them. Pichette will just do the same unless he grows a decent amount. Fabrizi we're keeping. Fabrizi's fun. That's why we're keeping him. He will be an RFA at the end of his contract, so we have control. And then I did send a contract out to Devin Levi. I signed these two. I'm going to leave these two for now. These two might as well. I apologize. I know they do want to stay. But we're going to look at our options of free agency. They could come back. So they could come back. We ended up sending a 2-year, $6 million deal to Devin Levi. And yeah, let's advance today. So we're waiting on Levi, Barron, and Cizikas. That is it. Morgan Barron. I threw my marker, but Morgan Barron says yes. Cizikas says yes. Levi says yes. This is perhaps one of the easiest free agencies I have ever had, as if we go to our expiring contracts, we have 4 more RFAs. We kind of figured it out pretty easily. Now, the one thing I want to do is I will look at that left defenseman side, the left side defenseman who could come in on a 1-year deal, but I'll also look at a third line player, maybe like an 84, 85 overall player we could throw on our third line, give us a little more depth, make our forward lines good. Now I'm going to go to scouts and coaching staff and figure that out, and I will see you guys at free agency. Okay, so we're here at free agency. We actually got 2 answers about not entry level contracts, qualifying contracts. Jet Wu said yes, minor one, but Jack Thompson said yes. Lunel has not said yes, and I forget who the other RFA is. They did not say yes. Gonzalez. All our scout side, all our coaches re-signed, so we were good on that. I remembered to do that this time. And now we can head into the free agency and see what there is. Let's see. Left defenseman. There's a right defenseman who's Canadian, but there is no big left defenseman that I can see at the moment. Which also gives me the question, did they both re-sign? Right, if I go to, it looks like Eric Brandstrom is the best left defenseman, whilst UFA Evan Bouchard is the best right defenseman. Also, I shot way past UFA. It's like right here. UFA right defenseman, Brandon Carlo's a UFA as well. Goaltending, in terms of a backup, ooh, Montembeau. This is why I waited. Right, but 5. We can do offer contract. I'm not sure if I'm going to do negotiation. Full no movement is fine by me. At 6. So this is like Devin Levi's contract minus a year, adding a no movement clause for a backup goaltender who is still very good. It's a tough decision. Not really. We have the cap space. I shouldn't be scared to send that contract off because we have the cap space and it's only 1 year. That's the most important thing. Now, Spence. So Bouchard's not going to want 1 year. Right, if I go 1, definitely doesn't want it. No movement clause. We would have to jump it to like, I don't even know what the max is. We have to single-handedly give him the biggest contract in NHL history. And he still probably wouldn't sign. Look who's back. Marchand, who's another guy I was talking about who didn't really want. He doesn't have that high Oregon interest as well, which could not help him in wanting to sign. Savoy would be so fun to bring in. right? But we don't need him. At the moment, we don't need him. Maybe our first round pick this year and Barrett Hayton for Savoy and then lock him up wouldn't be a bad idea. But we have Belch who can move in to the lineup this year. In terms of like a third line guy, Andrew Kopp would be like add big depth. He's American. I thought he was Canadian for something. Like Claude Giroux. Try to get him again. Jason Dickinson is Canadian. That wouldn't be bad. Tell me that wouldn't be bad. A third line scoring forward who's a two-way player. He has pretty good defensive stats. Very good defensive stats. He's got an okay shot, good senses, decent passing, good skating, and he's physical. He's not a hitter, but he can throw the body. He's like a very solid third line. Tell me why that's not a crazy thing to go for. Just give him this contract, and if Morgan Barrett has to move down to the fourth line to bring in a younger player, that's fine. But I'd be only willing to do 1 year. That does hurt me a little bit. No movement might help. 475. I am the crazy, he accepts. Okay, I am the crazy GM who can make crazy moves because of how much cap space I have. Let's go to contracts or proposed trade. I like to do it out here, so I have my looks of what I want my lineup to be. We have a right defenseman that we can give a 1 year contract to, who's a UFA. So Spence would move down to the second. We could even move them up to the. We could have them play on the same pair, if we wanted to. Hag being like, for me, it would have to move Dumba, sign a left defenseman, 84 overall. Right, I don't want to demote Spence. But I don't want to... Wait. Spence. Off-season focus. I want you to focus on being more coachable. We need you to adapt into a player we know you can become. Because then we could also ask him if he wants to, if he can play secondary position left side. I might do that. And then maybe I'll do those off camera, like trying to do a lot of them. We're going to enter a negotiation with Bouchard. We'll try to charm him. It works. I'm not going to inquire. Let's go right to the organization. Right now, your organization is my first choice, but I'm willing to out market. It's not a large market, but I'm open to perspective. It works. Can we do this? I was thinking a 1 year. Okay. Improve offer. Increase salary. I'm willing to give him an extra 3. Am I crazy to give him maybe an extra 2? Okay. Agree. Full no movement. Full. How about this one? Playing time, that's fine. First pairing. And power play 1. Okay, the organizational what I would call it, worked 15 for 1 year. I pray. Did he say yes? Wait, did he say yes? I am the riskiest GM of all time, and I think it may have just paid off. Go all in this year for 1 year. Let that go and build our young guys up. Because we have John Cooper, we have the coaching staff, we have the forwards. The only thing we needed was a defenseman, and we still have 15 million cap space. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as is because we're gonna only have 10, but I will go to contracts. I'm sorry if I'm very weird off the table going full GM mode with it. Can you blame me? Because it is GM mode. We're gonna give Callum Ritchie an extension. What's he gonna be looking for? Oh, he only wants 5.5 for. What about 8? 6, 7? 6.5 for 8 years. Modified, no movement, no trade. Modified, no movement. Okay. No movement clause, modified, no trade. At 50% throughout full. For all years he's eligible. That's fine. Brazeau, I think I'm gonna think about Brazeau. He only wants 4, so that means he might drop. And overall. So I will wait on Brazeau till the season starts. I think we're good. Honestly, I made my big moves. I think we're good. I'm going to go through off-season focus with all my players, and then I'll see you guys either at the start of the season or if something huge happens. Alright, so we are here. So, I'll recap of what happened. Callum Ritchie said no to his extension, I'm pretty sure, and Montembeault had said yes. Apologize, I skipped over those, kind of just blindly didn't mean to do that. I meant to show you guys those, but yeah, let's check these lines. Okay, so at the moment, not the lines I want, but we'll fix them up. So Misa to the first line with Stankoven and Newhook. Hayton on the second line with Ritchie and McLeod. Or with Ritchie and Brazeau. McLeod on the third line with Dickinson and Barron. Cizikas in the middle of Abe Kubel and Sammy Blais. Let's look at our scratch, see if there's anybody up. Nope. Defense. Ball. Bouchard had to be in. I think I'm going to have to go through and try to fix it because they don't really fit with. Luno's up to an 81. So he can come up to be the scratch. Aitchison's here, Wang's here. A lot of our players are going to be here. Tanev, Cristal, Height, Green Tree, Desnoyers. Desnoyers is good. He's only 20. 22 years old, going to be 23. 21 going to be 22. 22 going to be 23. Schmidt down here as well. Goalies. Beckman and Ivan Kovic. Minor backup. Other goalie. They're both, I'd say, ready for the spot. Montembeault, Levi stays the same. Did Spence stay the same as well at 87? They're both -3. I think I want to have my D pairs like this. I think this is fine. Ball. Dumba's the only top 6 defenseman we have. So, I feel like this is fine. I feel like we should just try to fix up the chemistry a little bit by talking to the players. Captaincies, we'll look at that. At the moment, okay, Baird Hayton. Hayton, Newhook, Spence is fine. That's how I like it. Does Hayton deserve the C? Does Hayton deserve to be our first captain? Yeah. I'm going to give him the C. Because he's got 2 more years left at 8.5. He needs to show us that he can lead this team. We need a captain if we want to push for the playoffs. What is our status? I want to check that and propose trade. What is our status? A seller. They really still think we're a seller? Oh. I was hoping this team would make, some prospects would make bigger jumps than they did. So I kind of do agree with the seller. Belch. Where's he at, actually? That's another one. He's a medium elite. He should be growing in the system. He's up to a 78. He's just not old enough to play in the A. No jump from DuPont. That's fine. We'll hope he have one this season. He's not going to play in the AHL anyway. I am so nervous about the season because we just made a huge push to try to make the playoffs. And maybe it might not happen. I'm going to go fix up lines and stuff, and we'll do a preseason. We'll do a preseason game. We'll do the Montreal Canadiens. But I'll go fix up, try to get all the chemistry going. I'll show you if I failed or succeeded. And then I'll see you after at the Montreal game. Alright, so we are here at the Montreal game. It did not go well in terms of negotiations with the players, asking them with the scheme fit. It's all very risky. I don't really understand the system of how to get it better than very risky. Like, I have a really good coach. Maybe if I go to coaching staff, I'll figure it out. Maybe John Cooper just didn't have good... No, coach influence and teaching is A+, A+. Like, overall morality and performance, like... It's... I don't understand why I can't. Like, yeah, he doesn't have a good team fit. I understand that. But, like, why can't he help them fit the scheme? Or why do the players not want to fit the scheme? I don't understand this at all. The system is confusing to me on how it works. But, yeah, let's hop into this game with the Montreal Canadiens. Literally none of them said yes, and it sucks. But we were able to throw some goals for some of the players. I forgot to put them down. I already forget most of them, but I might go back in the video and then I'll remember them for next year once we go through the season. But let's hop into this game against Montreal. I'll see you in. So, I looked at our ratings. We have an 89 overall offense and an 87 overall defense. We are very weak in our middle pair. Like, top 4 is weak. Our top 2 are elite. Let's see how this game goes here against the Montreal Canadiens in the preseason. Reinbacher goes to the dock. Hags steps around Hag immediately, but Stankoven's there. Throws it up to Misa. Misa has Bouchard with him. Bouchard shot. Oh, what a save. I was going to say, I could set it to broadcast, but this is a little fun. Harris, oh, they might get a 2. A Doc gets it, but what a save. Bouchard up to Misa. Misa has Newhook and Bouchard with him. He'll try to make a move. Oh, he kind of broke some ankles. Newhook has it in front. Misa has it. Oh, Newhook gets to it. Throws it to Hag. Hag, Bouchard, shot scores! Evan Bouchard, his first goal in a game for us. And it is in the preseason, but that is fine. As that signing looks good. What a blast from the point. Bouch bomb. I can finally be happy with him scoring a goal from the point, because usually it's against my Vancouver Canucks. Thunderclap there from the point. That is his X factor. The Bouch bomb sends it home to give Quebec a early 1-0 lead here against Montreal. Assisted by Hag and Newhook. We got the second line out there. Hayton with Ritchie and Brazeau. And wow, they come back immediately with a one-timer of their own, and they pick one up as the second line just lets one in immediately. And defense. Don't forget the defense. We're also out there. That is Spence and Bean. And he's got Hayton, and he's got Brazeau with him. Bean, Brazeau, all over to Hayton, but what a read by the goaltender. I don't know who's in net. I did not take a look here as Beck will get bumped. Slav will pick it up. He'll give it right to Spence. Spence throws it to Dickinson. Ooh, he maybe was going to look for Hayton on a one-timer. Spence has it to the point to McLeod, and Erson will make the save. That's who it is. Dumba and Ball as our worst D pairing. So If they can play solid. I need to stop talking as Perenovich will walk in and score. Oh my. Ugh. Can they be... if they could be solid and they let in a goal immediately, it's very fun to watch. Cizikas wins the draw. That's, like, honestly, this is what our fourth line needs to do. Win the draw, get the puck in their zone, get a shot, maybe, but just... Cizikas scores with, like, 1 second left. Oh, that play was opening up to my eyes as it was happening. Oh, that is less than a second left. Cizikas puts it home to tie it. They changed the momentum. That is more than what I would like from our fourth line. Usually, I would just like some good shutdown minutes, keep it in the O zone, maybe keep it away, and have a good shift. Sammy Blais finds Casey Cizikas in front, 36, 37-year-old Casey Cizikas, and he will put it home. Age-defying man there. Ball's bigger. Ball's huge, dude. Look at him. There we go. Ball. You have... oh, you kind of had Barrett on the board pass there, but there was a guy in front as well. Mikheyev stopped by Montembeault. Sundqvist from the point, stopped by Montembeault. Ball's not going to get there. Ball's going to play a little more defensively. Sundqvist shoots and scores. We pinched on Sundqvist. It kind of was just like a shot out of a screen. Montembeault couldn't see it. You got to hit him. I want to see that again. How does that... Montembeault can see the shot. Like, there's no way Montembeault can't tell he's getting a shot on. He just couldn't get it. He read it. He just couldn't get it. Blais and Ball have to hit him. Might move Ball up with Spence. It seems like that Spence... oh, but also that Ball line did not do too well. And the first line's out there. Looks like they're all rested. Misa is going to skate all the way around, find Hag at the point, and he scores. Ersson had all the time in the world to read that one. There was no screen there. Is that another one? With seconds to go. I'm not even looking at the time here, as it looks like we just tied the game with 0 seconds left yet again. Good ends to the period so far with 2 goals, and yeah, Ersson just could not read that one. Weirdly, he kind of had all the time to read it, but he did not. And the crowd of blue, the French C here with 0.8 on that one, so 0.3 and 0.8. So as long as we're able to keep that third period scoreless until the last second, I think we'll be fine. Perfect. To New Hook. You have Hag. Shoot the puck. Oh! Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it with a few seconds left? No one. We're going to overtime. Misa with a nice hit at the end, but we are going to overtime. So, we got Misa out there with Stankoven and Bouchard. That is a perfect... that is like, just stack it with our offensive dynamos. Misa loses the draw. That's okay. I don't know if possession is as big as a thing in Chell. I forgot. No. You dummy. Now Misa's going to be back on the back check, and they're going to score. Oh, that's fine. Alright, ready? Montreal goal in 3, 2, 1 here. Is bad pass. Now Stankoven. Oh my god. Quite the opposite. Stankoven. Bit of a breakaway. He scores. What a bad pass by Suzuki. Who was he trying to give it to? Oh my god. I was so wrong. And Quebec picks up the win. Let's go. What a preseason game to select. That was awesome. As Stankoven picks up the winner on a breakaway. I want to see that pass again. As Stankoven just has... he fights off the check of McKenna too. And roofs it on Ersson. Perfect. That was the game we needed to win. I mean, it's the preseason, but like, we need to show them. We need to show them, even with our backup in net. We're a playoff team. Wow. Thank you, Nick Suzuki. You gave us that win. And yeah, look at our mascot. I never touched our mascot. I was like, I don't think I could even do anything. I could have done something fun, I guess. Alright, we are here at the outside the game, and I'm gonna sim down to the first game of the season against the Edmonton Oilers. We're 4-3 currently in the preseason. We're gonna go 4 or 5-3. Yes, we are. 8-0 shutout win over Detroit. And now I'm gonna leave it here. So our lineup are currently like this. I wrote it on my thing so that I can look at it, the question I have to ask you guys is, is there holes in this whoa, look at McLeod, he's up to an 88. Is there holes in this lineup? And if so, where should I be trying to fix it? Like, where should I be trying to plug it up? Right? Like, Hag, Bean, Ball, like, our defense is playing up. The chemistry has them down a little bit. Goaltending looks, I think it's fine for me. And offense, I feel like we have a very heavy top. Right? It's like Dallas. We don't have that superstar. Before we got Ranton, we don't have that superstar. But we have just a top six that is so even and stacked with good talent. And our defense, we have two really good defenders, we have okay defenders, and we have the risky guys at the bottom who are still pretty solid. If we were to make a trade at the deadline, what would you move out and what would you bring in? Yet again, these kind of not that. All our prospects are kind of here. Cristal, Height, Greentree, Desnoyers, Schmidt, Katzen, and then Beaulieu, Huang, Aitchison, Luno we even have down here. He's going to be switched up to our scratch. And I don't see Verhoff. Fabrizi, I want to try to get Fabrizi in. I might take Huang out, let Aitchison play because he's a little older. But yeah, let me know what you guys think we should do in the next episode in terms of what we should go pick up. And if you were to be, like, if any player we were to, like, move out to try to pick someone up, who would you do? Who would you move? I'm not doing good with words right now. I've been recording for an hour and a half, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Check out the two videos up top here. The one on your right is the one from Monday. The one on your left is the last franchise mode video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.